Is Boosie responsible for Duke the Jeweler's death? That is the question. I understand Boosie recently went on the internet to address the rumors spiraling around the internet that he set up Duke to be killed, and he playing dumb as if he don't know what happened. I don't know what happened either. I think Boosie know a lot more than we know. But one thing I do know is it seems like everybody that hangs around Boosie, or everybody that Boosie hangs around, seems to come up or seem to turn up dead for some reason. A lot of artists that we know and a lot of artists that we don't know. So a lot of these guys who link up with Boosie, Boosie does a feature for them. They pay him a little something, and then next thing you know, Boosie got his arm around their shoulder, embracing them, promoting them. Next thing you know, they turn up dead. They get gunned down. After hanging out with Boosie. I don't know if Boosie is setting up these up-and-coming rappers and or people that's just linked in the industry, connected to rappers. I don't know too much about Duke the Jeweler, but I guess he was known for making a lot of pieces that rappers would purchase from him. Which is interesting anyway, because a lot of young black artists, I think Duke the Jeweler is the first well-known black jeweler that I know of who started being known for making pendants and charms for rappers, when it's usually these Jewish guys or Middle Eastern, Arabic, European cats who seem to be known for selling the jewels. And I'm sure these big time jewelers felt some kind of way that this little young, in their eyes, this young thug is making all these pieces for all of these rappers, and the fact that they are supporting black, they're supporting a black jeweler. So I don't know if there's something even bigger going on to where they just had to get him taken out because they didn't want this new wave of black entrepreneurs to surface and start putting up all these other opportunists that are not black out of business. I mean, I feel like it's very impressive and inspirational that we would have someone from the hip-hop community making jewelry for people in the hip-hop community. A community that he's directly connected to, rather than these outsiders who just get rich off the culture. Whether it's these podcasters, jewelry makers, producers, record label CEOs, and all that crap, we know they're just a bunch of opportunists who make money off of these black artists and then take an insurance policy off of them by getting them killed or making it seem like it was a street situation. But Boosie has been very, very connected to Empire Records in a lot of different ways. Mo3 was connected to Empire through Boosie and Rainwater. But Boosie was also connected to Yella Beezy. Then he attached himself to Mo3. Mo3 came up missing. He ended up dying. All of a sudden, Boosie gets shot. A few days later or a week later? the aftermath of Mo3's death, what's so suspicious to me about that shooting of Boosie in Dallas is the fact that out of everybody else that was with Boosie, his whole entourage, how the hell was Boosie the only one to get shot? So out of everybody else in that Sprinter, I don't know if he was outside the Sprinter and he had to jump in the Sprinter or what, but Boosie, out of all that crew, was the only one that got shot. And then we see him, not even a week later, he's on his feet, standing up in the club like as if he forgot he got shot. And somehow, some way, he's good. I'm not saying it ain't true, but I haven't seen his leg. Has anybody seen Boosie's leg? Has anybody confirmed that he was really, really shot? I don't know. But Boosie has been cleverly aligning himself with the same people who get taken out. So he claims that the man wanted to hang out with him and his crew and his entourage, and he claims that the dude went out of their little tent or wherever they was hanging out at before he got shot. He went to his car by himself in the parking lot. Some dudes hit him up. But I guess Boosie don't know nothing. All he knows is that he left out the little tent situation or whatever, and he got killed. I guess nobody was looking out for him. I mean, you would think if Boosie got somebody kicking it with him and his entourage, you would think Boosie would be like, hey man, y'all walk with him, make sure he good, man. We know people know he make jewels and shit, and he got all this ice on, got all this money on him. Look out for him. I guess Boosie didn't care to worry about that. He was just worried about him and his. But Boosie is almost like the angel of death in the hip hop community. Everyone he comes around, he leaves like a death puddle around them. It's like a death cloud around them. I don't trust this dude Boosie, man. He's too much of an opportunist. Really, as far as the industry is concerned and all the weird, goofy stuff he been getting away with, he should have already been taken out by now, by the higher-ups, based on the way the industry worked. But he's been keeping himself relevant because bloodshed is all around him. And we know these people in these high places, they thrive off blood. They need to see black blood. They're not going to keep you relevant unless people are dying around you or you're doing some weird stuff that they do or that they want you to do. But Boosie always seems to be present when someone dies. Everybody that hangs around Boosie somehow, some way, always turns up dead. Somebody better tell these rappers, man, stop fucking with Boosie. I see why these big time rappers don't fuck with Boosie, because they probably know what he on. But the shit looks fake. It's almost like he had to dress and get online and dressed up just to not make himself look suspicious and crazy. But it's too many incidents happening now with Boosie where it's just too much of a coincidence that every time he always seems to be around someone, or he just connected with someone who gets killed after he's been connected with them. What is going on with Boosie Badass, man? Last I checked, when I looked up his net worth, it seemed like it's always stayed around the $400,000 mark. Like he's worth $400,000. But the crazy thing is, he seems to always have these money for cars. You know, he's maintaining his property and all this other stuff. But it seems like he's doing the most reckless stuff. He's getting away with a whole lot of weird, goofy stuff. And it seems like the only reason why he's staying relevant is because people are constantly dying around him. So y'all better stay away from Boosie, man. Because Boosie is bad business. Bad business. Be careful. Because Boosie is the angel of death in the hip-hop industry amongst these rappers. And if anybody that's up and coming wants to get a feature or try to, I'll tell you like this. The next person you see Boosie featured with, who's not really known, so if there's a rapper that comes up that's not well known, and Boosie is featured on a song with him, best believe something's gonna happen to that rapper. Shortly after, maybe a year after, but something's gonna always happen. And you know what Boosie do? Move right on to the next. Oh man, I don't know, man. I was talking to him, man, and I don't know, man. And move right on, act like he's sympathetic and hurt. That man don't give a damn. He's an opportunist. Boosie Badass is an opportunist. He's looking for the next opportunity to stay relevant, to keep his bankroll rolling, and to still do what he do. It ain't gonna last that long. But let's be real. This man should have already had violated his probation. There's no excuse and no reason why Boosie should be able to just do what he do and not have consequences behind it. So we know what's up. When you know, you know.